Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Lake to Lake Girls with Amanda Moore and myself, Tiffany Collinsworth.
Wednesday.
How are we all doing today?
Excellent. I'm actually in a really good mood right now.
Well, you are. Our special guest, Miss Cassy Harrington, not so much. Yeah. She is well...
Just one of those days where, everything seems to go wrong that can possibly go wrong.
And it just kept going wrong for you.
Yes. Word of advice when your car, the intelligence in your car tells you that you have a low tire. Listen to it. Put air in your tire because you will end up with a flat tire after a week.
I think that is very wise advice. So, all right, but we made it. And
we are here together.
So yes, we have Cassandra Harrington here. She's one of our really, really good friends, and I'm so excited to have her here. She is from the Seneca County Chamber of Commerce. So just to start off, tell us what you do there and like a really general overview of what the Chamber sort of does for the community.
Well, my official title at the Chamber is a Member Services Coordinator. That pretty much is a very general title for I do a little bit of everything, including membership, retention, and recruitment. So anytime we have new businesses within the community or possibly somebody who wants to get more involved or is looking for outside support. And I also do a lot of event planning. We have various events throughout the year, special events, annual events, some things that pop up, and we just work on a whim. But the Chamber itself, not-for-profit organization, we have a board of directors that kind of runs the show, does the governing. We have a lot of committees among the Chamber. So we have the tourism committee, ambassadors committee, which is kind of a broad group of volunteers that helps out with our events. We have an economic development committee, as well as the Seneca County Advisory Committee on Tourism, because unlike most chambers, the Seneca County Chamber is actually the tourism promotion agency within the county. So not only do we do economic development, but we also are the main tourism center for the Finger Lakes region, and that is where the official travel guide comes from.
I was just gonna. I don't know. Can you?
Yeah.
Can we see it, Tiffany?
Up higher.
Yeah, hold it up a little higher. There you go.
Yeah. This publication comes out every year. We are now currently redesigning it. So this has all tourism properties within the county, from places to eat, places to stay, wineries, breweries, outdoor activities, everything that anybody wants, would want to do if they were planning a staycation, to people who are coming from outside the area. It's a one-stop shop reference. You can find it in all Seneca County businesses. So we're working on that. If anybody has any photos that they'd like to share, submit for the travel guide. We're always open to that. If you wanted to email them to us at info@senecachamber.org. We love photos.
That's awesome. Now, before you started working at the Chamber, I didn't realize that businesses from outside the county can actually join it.
Yeah, we actually have quite a few members from outside the county. It's really, chambers are kind of a generalized, there's no borders. So we're there to focus on the economic development of the community, whether it be the Seneca Falls community, the Seneca County community, or the Finger Lakes community. There's 14 counties within the Finger Lakes, and well, we can talk about it later, but we do a regional event called Finger Lakes Cork and Fork, and that actually incorporates food and wine, so
which we love here.
Culinary, yeah. the region's largest culinary and beverage pairing event, and so that encompasses
how many years have you guys been doing Cork and Fork?
We've had 3 successful years. We're working on planning for the 4th year. We just, this week, chose the dates for the 2013 Cork and Fork. So that will be September 20th and 21st. It's a Friday-Saturday event. The Friday night event is sort of a formal tapas pairing event. So you come in and you walk, it's kind of like a circle. You walk around and local producers will all get together at a prior meeting, and so they pair up. They make a partnership. So, for example, a winery might pair up with a restaurant and prepare one dish using ingredients from the 2 different businesses, and they'll have a booth together. So then everybody gets to go around and sample all these dishes. Friday night entrance actually gets you into Saturday as well. Saturday's more of a like less formal, but all out, get out, good time, live music, both nights. Great event. We're
awesome.
Really excited for it this year.
And I actually helped volunteer with last year's Cork and Fork with setup, and I ended up not going, which made me, it just kind of the way things worked out. But it made me really sad not to go. So I'm definitely going to put that on my calendar for this year coming up, because I'm not going to miss out on that. Speaking of wine, Cassy, it was so nice to bring us a bottle of wine, because we have been severely lacking in wine lately.
We've been slacking pretty bad.
I have to say, because we talked about this a couple times, how I'm not drinking any alcohol during January. This is only my second glass. It's only my second glass.
I'm honored because the first glass was with me as well.
It was.
So I'm not
Cassie's
sure if I should be
influence.
honored or if I'm really the bad influence here, because if that's your New Year's resolution, I'm the one who's ruining that for you, because both glasses of wine have been in my company. But yeah, I brought a bottle of Montezuma wine from Montezuma Winery. They were an exhibitor at the Finger Lakes Cork and Fork this past year.
This is the Canvasback Red.
Yes.
And it's actually really good. Amanda's
good.
not huge on the red
You're
wines.
right. I'm not a huge red drinker, but I like it.
It's just enough of that. I don't even know how to explain it.
It's not too sweet.
It's not
Janice, and then, it's a good balance. Look at us talking like we're experts. I love this.
Yeah, right. We're totally pulling it out of somewhere,
Experts by default, we grew up here.
Exactly.
Working in a restaurant and a winery for 11 years, that helped me quite a bit.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember those days.
Can we show and see? She brought us so much stuff. We're gonna have you come like
her stuff.
every week now. So we got. Can you see it?
Yes, you're good.
A Cork and Fork commemorative glass.
Yes, it is.
And
From the years past.
I'm super happy about this.
These are really good ones. Like, this is, like, it's nice to have the money.
A wine opener.
The wine opener is, like, a legit, it's got, like, rubbery
This is
things
fancy.
on it.
Yeah, I think they're like soft touch or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect. Easy gripping for
You can never have
opening
too,
up
yeah,
my bottles.
you can never have too many wine keys. Especially
And then
living in the Finger Lakes.
You got the bag. We got the bag.
mine's down there somewhere.
We got this
Swag bag.
Swag bag.
bag. And I'm so happy you call it that, because at the radio station we call it swag bags, but nobody has any clue when we say that. We're like, swag bag? They're like, what?
It's just, just go with it. It's free stuff.
Yeah, free stuff. You can't get over the free stuff. It's good. So
we talked about Fork and Cork a little bit.
Yes, I love Cork and Fork. I've gone to it almost every year. There's one year I missed.
Last year?
No, actually, I went last year. Yeah, I went last year. I went with the radio station, Jim Schreck, over in NYR. We had a booth over there just so that we gave away swag.
Swag.
We gave away swag. So proud. But I think it's an incredibly successful event. I don't know how these restaurants and these wineries prepare for so many people. And how they pull it off, and it's like
a very talented chef. The wineries do it all the time. They go to
the festivals and stuff.
Festivals and events.
But to carry all that stuff to cook,
on
site?
Setup is a huge deal. Like we're there all day, all week, basically setting up, prepping. We have behind the scenes, we have a building for prep that is, and everything's set to health code and everything. So we have hot plates and this, that, and the other thing. But a lot of them they're experienced in knowing, like, okay, I've got this much time to prep, and this is the crowd that we expect. 3,000 people on Saturday, so I know maybe I shouldn't bring a hot dish, or if I do, maybe it can be something that can be served
and there's wine ice cream. Wine ice cream.
I've never had wine ice cream.
You gotta
it's
go
sold
to Cork and Fork.
everywhere.
Me and you, we're gonna buy tickets. We'll go to Cork and Fork so you can experience. It's like a giant buffet. It's amazing.
Yeah, like we will vlog it. I mean, it's like months from now, but we will bring that to you guys.
We'll bring it out.
Yeah,
because it's wine and food and ice cream and
Kegel Lake Creamery, they actually make ice cream with the salt that comes out of Seneca
I know what you're talking about.
Seneca salt caramel.
It's so good.
I was very skeptical at first, but now he makes like 50 flavors of ice cream, and yet I haven't tried anything new within the past year because I cannot pass up the Seneca salt caramel.
It's so good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I've not had a chance to try it yet.
What was I going to say? Let's move on to some of the other things that the Chamber puts on.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about the Young Professionals, or Finger Lakes Young Professionals, which I think is a really awesome group, and there's nothing that I know of like this around here, especially not in Seneca County, but let alone the surrounding area.
They have monthly meetings. I actually try to go, but you have them always on Thursday.
Yeah, they're always the first Thursday of the month, and we change locations every month. So this coming month in February, we're going to be at Finger Lakes Gifts and Lounge in Geneva from 5:30 to 7:30, always the same time. And last month we were at the Deerhead Inn, and before that it was Ventosa Winery.
And now that one was that the one that was in the Finger Lakes Times when you were at Ventosa?
Yes, I believe so. There's a picture of a bunch of us in the tasting room, as well as they gave us a behind-the-scenes tour. So we got to actually see their production facility down in the basement. They make all their wine down underneath the actual tasting room in their banquet hall. So they have all their steel tanks and barrels, and I snapped a picture on my cell phone while we were down there, and I think that might be the one that they put in the picture. So
nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but it's basically an informal group becoming more and more formal now that is established to create a meeting place where young professionals like ourselves can get together and meet one another to prove to everybody that, there are things to do here in the area. There are people your age to hang out with. They may not be right next door because everything is so spread out within the area. So we all get together. It's a great networking event. I've probably met more people among Finger Lakes young professionals than I have growing up here for the 25 years that I've lived in this community, just because I went to a small school, and I knew who I knew, but I'd known them since kindergarten. So when it comes to...
We all went to Romulus with each other.
So, i.e. with the people in this room.
Yeah.
So with the young professionals, I'm meeting people. I now know an acupuncturist, multiple chefs, a couple vet techs, a veterinarian. Just like I can refer you to so many people, and we just recently had a large group of ITT Goulds people join our group because we did a formal networking session there. My coworker Jeff Shipley and the owner of River Park Grill, Justin
Hausner. Yeah,
the three of us went down to Goulds and we had a lunch session. And so it was just kind of, this is what we do. Do you have any questions? Please join us. And we plan on doing some more of those. I think we're going to do a little more community outreach among like Chiropractic College and Hobart. So we have about 150 people on our mailing list.
That's awesome.
There's quite a few people involved.
You can go on Facebook and find this too as well.
Yes, you can find us on Facebook, Finger Lakes Young Professionals, and we're actually in the process of redoing our logo. So
I was just going to bring that up.
If you want to flex your creative skills, feel free to go to the website or go to the Facebook page, look at what we've got. If you want to submit your own, feel free. We're open to new ideas. I think we're going to be doing the voting for our new logo the second week of February. So.
There was one that I really, really like. It's the one with, like, the wine stain.
Yeah.
I love that one. I haven't seen any other ones, but I like that one.
That was actually submitted by staff at Three Brothers Winery Estates. They're really involved. Eric Policelli and Catherine Corona. They're both heavily involved in the group, and so they submitted that one. I think that's definitely my favorite so far. So
now,
incredible.
Am I correct in saying that this group is younger than a year old? Like, they haven't been a long.
No, just
okay.
over a year old. It started by 4 individuals who were basically, Jeff Shipley, the executive director at the Seneca County Chamber of Commerce, Justin Hausner, and their significant others. They, and then so that it's basically they decided to run with it, and it's going great, and
it's gaining ground.
It is
definitely gaining ground.
It has grown by leaps and bounds.
December, January.
Okay.
Last year, and so when I started working at the chamber in May, it was something that I really had a passion for because a lot of my friends from high school that are my best friends are all gone. They left. They went
except for me.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll just throw that in there.
I'm still here.
Went to Boston and
New York City.
New York City.
Yeah.
To New York City.
Yep.
And I would love to try to convince them to come back here. And if it's and if this is the type of group, that it takes, if it takes a bunch of people getting together and making a statement, that's exactly what I'd love to do. And we're going to start. Right now, our meet and greets are, like I said, on the first Thursday of the month, but we're going to start doing some outdoor activities. And
nice.
We did some charitable work over the holidays. We did the bell ringing for the Salvation Army.
I ran into Justin and his fiance when they were doing the bell ringing. They were slightly chilly.
Yeah, well, I'd rather do it that day than today.
Yeah,
definitely. I'd have to agree.
You also wouldn't like to get a flat tire on a day like today. But thank you, Dad, for coming to the rescue. I'm sure he's in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot right now filling up my tire. But... yeah, and so the outdoor activities, we're working on possibly doing some snowshoeing through Montezuma, as well as a night owl watch with night vision goggles. So,
really?
Yeah.
Dang, where do you do that?
At Montezuma.
Okay.
At the Audubon Center. So, looking forward to that. And, it could be a weekend activity. So if you don't have the opportunity to get together on the first Thursday of the month.
See, that's most opportunistic for me to be able to go. Because Justin's been trying to get me to go for ages.
Right.
I've been trying to go but Thursday nights are literally the only night I have to work.
Plus, it'll be a good opportunity to showcase what the area has to offer.
Yes.
For the people who commute to Waterloo and Seneca Falls from Rochester, who refuse to move to the area because they don't think there's anything to do. So we're going to show them.
Nice. I want to come to your next meeting. I went to a meeting, I think it was in May or June. It was something like that.
We went to Parker's, I believe.
Yeah, it was the Parker's one.
June.
Okay.
And then we ended up at Microclimate.
Yes, oh my God, we need to get the people from Microclimate in here because I love Microclimate.
He's
talk about that
really
a different
good with
day.
Names. You're popping off names like it's nobody's business. But see, if I were to be asked what's going on, it wouldn't work so well.
Makes her good at her job.
I remember my own name.
I don't even visualize myself as being good with names, but I guess it's happening.
I'm genuinely terrible.
Getting better at it.
Yes, I want to come to the next one. I'm going to make an effort because you always invite me, and then I'm like, I'm
really
go,
excited. I've
do.
actually never been to Finger Lakes Gifts and Lounge, and apparently it's more than what the name says.
Yes.
So they have live bands. I think there's a live band on Thursday. So
where is it exactly? Is it near the Smith Opera House?
Yes, it's on the corner.
It's on the corner
of the one of where Microclimate is, and the Smith
I think
Opera
they have a wine bar and different I think I remember
there should be another
being something in there.
Area.
I'm pretty sure they have something like that.
I think so, but I'm not entirely sure.
They have something.
I'm really excited to go.
Don't take my word for gospel. You know how I like to make things up.
Yeah, Amanda likes to tell lies. I don't know if you knew that.
I'll say something and I'm like,
about things.
that might not.
Why is she staying away from alcohol?
No, there's other reasons. But anyways.
Let's just note a glass of wine to the right of her.
They are bad influences.
Yes, the wine is bad. Terrible. Not good.
It's awful.
Speaking of Finger Lakes wine, President Obama got to drink a mixed blend of Finger Lakes wine. We all know about this, right?
Yep.
Everybody's familiar. Fox Run.
Well, I didn't know what the wines were, but
Anthony Road and Red Newt Winery. Bistro. It's a bistro as well. Red Newt. They all came together and they made a special blend of a wine called Tiercé. I'm going to pretend like I know that's the right word to say.
yeah, because we looked it up and you said it was Tiercé, and we're like, wait, what winery is that? Where's that from?
I don't know that winery.
We're like, we don't know that one. So I think it's really awesome that they all came together and created this specifically for it.
Yep.
And you said it's been flying off the shelves,
yes,
so to speak.
Apparently sales for it have increased astronomically. Now, did you guys use this as any kind of advantage?
We definitely publicized the fact that it was used, and especially through Facebook. We have a very big Facebook following, and a lot of people who
like their page
are in the area or have left the area. Big Seneca County fans, so Seneca County Chamber of Commerce on Facebook. But yeah, and he mentioned Seneca Falls in his inaugural address.
That's the second time he's done that.
Yeah,
the second time he's done it and mentioned Seneca Falls. He also did it when he was talking about women's rights. Just, Seneca Falls is on the map.
We should get him here.
He should come here. He talks about it enough.
He should come to Cork and Fork.
Him and Hillary Clinton are like this.
We have a spot for him right over here.
Right here. Let's go. Him and Hillary. Let's go. Get here.
Get on the Lake to Lake Girls. Can you imagine?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. We're just like, we're having a moment. We're like, oh, my God.
I probably would not. You would have to feel that. I would just sit here and like.
I think the marketing director, don't quote me on that, from Red Newt is involved in Finger Lakes Young Professionals as well. So we do have a big draw. They're almost down to Watkins, which is at the other end of the lakes. Plus, we're expanding into Yates County as well. So we'll become a Finger Lakes regional group. Really excited about it.
Which is quite incredible. I mean, you got to really think about it. What other... I don't even know what other institution, who else does that kind of thing? I don't know. I can't think of anyone like that anywhere.
Well, I think we're really presented with a huge challenge of the fact that, growing up in Romulus, it takes me 20 minutes. It took me 20 minutes to get to Walmart, to the grocery store. 10 minutes to get to a gas station. So if we want to expand the numbers of our group, we really need to expand the geographic reach, just because we're so spread out. There's a lot of fields, farms,
and this opens
which we're thankful for.
Yes, we are. But there are disadvantages.
Yeah,
as in driving 20 minutes to go to Walmart.
I know. I had to go to the ATM yesterday before yoga to pay my instructor, and I had to, it was either Willard or Geneva, and I'm like,
oh my gosh, yeah, that's one thing
I do yoga in
really
Romulus.
Before moving to Waterloo. When I was growing up, I swore, I'm a country girl. I'm never, ever, ever
gonna leave. I remember that. The cowboy hats.
Never going to be in a place where I could hit my neighbor's house with a softball. Never. Now I wouldn't trade it for, it's too convenient.
It is. Yeah. I agree. I lived in Seneca Falls for a year.
My gym is only 5 minutes away. And
yeah, I remember those days. I lived in Seneca Falls for a year, and it was amazing. I lived over right in the, down the street. The old Tudor Village. They're Park Place apartments now. My gym was right in the Tops Plaza. That one, do you know which one I'm talking about? Maximum Fitness. Walmart's right there. Tops is right there. My friends were they live 5 minutes away, and everything is just centralized.
Have you been to Independent Fitness?
No, where's that?
It's right next to Tractor Supply. It's a 24-hour gym. You actually get a fob. You get a key fob.
Yeah, they're open 24/7.
And so my fiance and I, who work basically separate shifts, I work from 8:30 to 4:30, give or take, and he works from 2 to 8. So I don't see him until 8:30. We don't get to the gym until 9 o'clock. Everything else in the area is closed. So you can find us at the gym around 9:30 to midnight.
You know, see, that's kind of something that's right up my alley because I haven't gone to my gym. I have been running outside because I can't go to my own gym because of the hours. Because I work crazy hours. I work early in the morning and then I have, you know, sporadic times or, you know, how the heck am I supposed to go to the gym? How much does that set you back a month?
It's, I believe, $30 a month for a single person. And you can also join as a couple for $50 a month. So it's $25 a
Tiffany,
person.
you and I should go in as a couple.
Do you want
why
to?
not?
Yeah,
You have to, because it's unsupervised since it's 24 hours. So they go in typically on Saturday morning. So you have to call ahead of time. Say, hey, I'm coming in. I'd like to set up a membership, and it's great. Brand new equipment.
And it's where is it again?
It's in the same plaza as Tractor Supply and Salvation Army. It's right by Penny's place.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I have no idea where this is.
Do you know what Dunkin' Donuts is?
Across from Dunkin' Donuts,
right
where my
from
car is
sitting. Okay, all right. Gotcha.
This is something I'm going to have to look into because
we're going to have to go in on this, save some money.
We'll save money. $5 is $5, man. I spend $30 and I haven't been to my gym in 3-4 months.
What kind of
working outside?
Sorry to cut you off. What kind of equipment do they have there? Like what?
So they have, I think, like 5 or 6 treadmills. They have a couple stair steppers, a rowing machine.
Rowing machines.
A bunch of ellipticals,
legit.
Stationary bikes, both upright and the recumbent. And then they have a full line of Cybex machines. They don't have a lot of free weights just because they don't want to have any like safety
injury.
And they have exercise balls, weighted medicine.
All I need is like a treadmill and like some open space to like do some body weight.
Basically got everything that I could ever ask for from a gym, and it's open 24 hours a night.
I love those.
I feel like I'm working
ones
for them because
I can't imagine getting like a better workout from the row.
The row,
the row machines. Oh my god, they're such a workout. Stay.
Yeah.
So that was a good plug for independent fitness.
We should get paid for this.
I know.
Where's our sponsorship? Independent fitness. Oh, we should bring that up. Hey. Sponsor us. Lake to Lake Girls. Lean and Fit for 2013. Free membership. How about it?
Yeah.
I like
totally
it.
Trade that off.
The Seneca 7 race is coming up.
Yes, you're getting involved in that.
I did it last year, and I was on a team full of awesome people, and I decided to actually start my own team this year. So more involvement for the actual event, the people who put on the event, and so my fiance, his sister, and a good friend of ours from Vermont that we've done a couple races with, one of his sister's friends, and then Adam's best friend and his new fiance. There's 7 of us. We're all going to run around the lake in a day.
Yeah, it's gonna be those legs get harder and harder every
77.7 miles, and it works out to be like between 8 and 13 miles per person.
But you got to account for the hills.
Yeah,
the change in terrain.
The geography around the lakes is
killer.
Not flat.
Yeah.
And so the shorter legs actually end up being the hilliest. So if you get a person on your team and you really want to like pull a joke on them and be like, you're only running 7 miles today uphill.
Yeah, exactly. 1 mile up, 1 mile down. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Do that to anybody on my team. You know?
That's kind of funny.
But yeah, and then the Muscle Man triathlon is in July.
Now, do you do the mini muscle or do you?
Now, are you gonna do it this year?
I think I'm gonna sign up like tonight.
Do it. You should do it. That is
the mini, not the full.
I was gonna say I've seen the full. I've watched the full. I had to be there for work, and I was I'll watch you and I'll laugh at you.
The mini muscle is a 750 meter swim followed by a 16-mile bike ride, and then you run a 5K at the end.
Yeah.
There's nothing more motivating than signing up for an event. I swear.
It really, you have to get prepared.
Exactly. You're like, I can't be the last person. That's what I think.
Yeah. Motivation. I don't want to be last.
There's some shirts out at Under Armour that say on the back, "Don't be last." I think I need to get myself one of those.
I saw
your Facebook post. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's all right.
Like 24 hours in the gym, and I'm already having withdrawals. Wasn't that you that said that?
Yeah, well, I've gotten myself into a routine, and I have these races in my mind now, and I'm a little bit competitive, so I...
No.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I want to go. I think I'm going tonight. We didn't go last night, so I'm sad.
You didn't go to the gym at all?
No.
You're feeling probably crazy right now, aren't
Yeah,
you?
I need to go.
I went for 6.5 months before work started getting in the way of going to the gym. Been going crazy. I mean, running outside is great, but there's nothing like getting on machines and doing hard
See, I hate running on the treadmill.
I was just gonna say,
I
am
love
the
outside.
exact outside.
I've been running outside when it's still like 30 degrees out. I have a whole wardrobe. I have like this Under Armour face mask. I look like a ninja when I wear it. Maybe because
do you have
light,
like the gator kind
you
of?
can only see my eyes, and it's made out of like their cold gear material.
That probably helps your lungs a lot, because when it's cold, your lungs start to sting when you run. You have to really be ready for that kind of. You have to train yourself.
But you know what? It's so easy too, even when it's 30 degrees, to overdress for a run.
That's so.
yeah.
I totally agree with that.
I'll get all layered up, and halfway through, I'm like shedding,
sweating,
just.
Now you have a tracker. You track your runs.
Yeah, with my cell phone, I put it in an armband with an app called Runkeeper. So
I love that app. That is the best app.
It keeps track of my distance, my pace, how many calories I've burnt, and because when I finish, it posts to my social media, so it automatically posts to my Facebook and Twitter.
It's called
which
what?
Is part
Runkeeper?
Of the Runkeeper.
I think it's free too.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for it.
You can also download
now.
You can become a Runkeeper Elite member. I'm not really sure what Elite gets you, but like I said, a little bit competitive, and so if I know that I put in a pace of 9 minutes yesterday, and my Facebook friends saw that, I cannot see them.
You cannot let them down.
They cannot see that I put in a 9:05 today. So that's kind of what
Yeah, one of the really cool things too with that app is you can set it to call it every mile, or say like every 5 minutes what your pace is, and it basically keeps you accountable to yourself.
Yep.
So you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing good, but then it says something, you're like, okay, I gotta get my butt in gear and do this.
I love it.
I would do that
because when you
I'm
just gonna stop talking.
When I was training for my first 5K this past summer, I was doing the Couch to 5K plan, and then I would run the Runkeeper at the same time, and it was so helpful. And I would suggest that to anyone.
What's the Couch to 5K plan?
It is you can get on your phone. It's a plan that basically starts you out from not being able to run at all to running a 5K in a pretty decent time too. I think it's 8 weeks long. There's a couple different apps, but the one I use is Couch to 5K, and it's 8 weeks long. And I would use the Runkeeper at the same time, because that could help me, compare to where I started. And once in a while, I would do like the same run again and compare it to how much you improved. And that is such a huge motivator to see for yourself.
See, I think I would need what you're talking about. I just downloaded that app because I need that kind of a push. Like, listen, you're going slow. You need to step up your game. Because when you're not running with a physical person, there's no one there to push you. You're there to just be yourself.
Certainly. When I'm out running, if I have a hard time, it's very easy to be like, oh, I think I'm going to walk today.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I first started running, I didn't run a lot. I walked a lot. But I would, I'd call it going out for a run, post on my Facebook, going out for a run, blah, blah, blah. And
end up walking.
I used to get so angry when a lot of my family lives in Waterloo, would come up to me weeks later. I saw you out walking the other day, and I'm like, no,
I was running.
Didn't you see me for the 5 minutes that I was running? I was out there for an hour, but seriously, I was not walking.
The hot minute that I was walking,
so
you caught me.
Then, so when people started coming up to me and saying, oh, I saw you out running, I knew that my fitness was improving.
It was so funny. We didn't really run into each other, but it was during the fall. You were out for a run, and I was getting gas in my car. I'm we're like, hey,
from across the road,
exactly.
4-lane traffic.
Yeah,
I know exactly where you are. I'm going.
I forget, my mom actually pointed you out because she was with me. She's like, isn't that Cassie? And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, go, girl.
Yeah.
I'll watch you run.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, that was when I was training for the Disney Wine and Dine Half Marathon.
Tell us your time because it's really good. No, I think it's really good. Be proud of it.
2 hours and 12 minutes.
That's a damn good time.
I wanted to get under 12:15. That was my goal, my realistic goal. My superfluous goal would be under 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. I think you can do it, though.
I think you can.
Yeah.
The way that you're going, the way that you're training yourself, heck yeah. Now, what's your food intake like? Do you restrict yourself?
Another app that I was using, my Fitness Pal, had me on a 1,200 calorie diet. And I didn't limit myself to 1,200 calories. Every calorie you burn working out, you get to add that to your daily total. So basically, because I love food, I was running so that I could eat. Because at the end of the day, when I go home from work, I didn't have any calories left for dinner, so I'd have to go for a run in order to be able to eat dinner, and it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Awesome.
I got to get back on the bandwagon.
I know,
Listening to you talk
too.
about it just makes me want to get back on the bandwagon.
The holidays were brutal for me. God.
It was pretty
Like,
awful for
it's
me.
just-
When you have 3 families you have to eat with.
I know, we talked about that. Like, you have
I had
so
an
many.
insane amount of family get-togethers.
And, like, you know, someone.
you did during the holidays. Can't imagine how much running you had to do during the holidays just so you could
I
the turkey
wasn't
dinner.
using my Fitness Pal during the holidays.
Yeah. Well, you know, you have, like, your aunt who makes, like, you know, her specialty, and she's like, I made this just for you. You have to eat it.
Yeah, like the whole class full of peanut butter balls,
I'm
and you're
okay.
like, thanks.
Oh, my
It's not like
God.
you can really be like, no, I can't.
I know. You're like, I shouldn't. Okay. All right, fine.
You tugged my arm.
Yeah.
No big deal. Crap. Continue.
So, yeah, moral of the story is we should look into this independent fitness thing because I want to find somewhere to run for, like, until the spring. You know what I mean? Until it starts getting nice
and
out.
you pay monthly. Month to month. They have a Dropbox, and you put your check or cash in an envelope, and it's a lockbox, and you just drop it in prior to the first of the month, and your key fob won't be deactivated. So, we only really go during the winter. Mm-hmm. I'd much rather run outside.
It's so beautiful to, like, run outside in the winter. Like,
here,
it's
when
so
you can
beautiful.
Just go down to any of the state parks and run around the lakes. And
I love
lucky.
the park in Canandaigua.
Oh, that's a good one.
Gorgeous to run through. Absolutely gorgeous.
I agree.
Never been.
You should try it.
You should go.
It's absolutely beautiful.
They do a lot of 5Ks and stuff up there, too. I wonder if that's why.
They do a wine walk.
A wine walk.
They should do a wine run.
I went to, I'm not going to say who, I don't know. I did an obstacle 5K where it was at a winery, and it was actually a lot of fun, but it was so hot. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon in August, and it was just sweltering. And you're running on this blacktop, and in the different drink stations, you could have water, but you could also have wine. And I didn't want wine. I was like, that is the last thing I want right now.
Depending on what kind of wine it is, too. If it's a red wine
was
in
just
the hot summer sun, there's nothing worse than dry red wine.
I'm like, this isn't going to do it for me.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
In the summer, you want something cold and crisp and... Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
I'll stop talking. So what inspired you to start running as much as you do, or to get involved in these 5Ks?
Well, it's been a 2 year and a half journey for you?
Yeah,
Do you remember that breaking point for you?
It all started with my desire to lose weight, and I started on my Fitness Pal, and then when I realized that I was consuming probably like 3 times my recommended daily you don't even realize it. You don't realize what you're eating,
putting into your body
in a day. It's so easy.
That is such a wake-up call once you start tracking.
Oh, my God.
You're like, oh, my God.
It was almost sickening, and so then I, started running so that I could eat, and then one thing led to another, and like I said, I didn't want my Facebook friends to see that I ran slower today than I did yesterday, and then I started signing up for 5Ks, and then I wanted this 5K. I wanted to beat my time next month and the next month. And there's tons of
What a great
races
motivator.
throughout the community.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Seneca Falls has like 5 or 6 throughout the season. And
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful thing about this area. People don't know these like little hidden treasures until it wasn't until last year that I learned about all these 5Ks.
I
And
know.
I feel like it's like a huge
It's like exploding almost.
in the area.
But I think it's nationwide. I mean, I think people as a whole are trying to get fit, and but yeah, there's a million, and it comes down right now. It comes down to I would totally do every single one if I could, but $20 a pop.
Yeah, it
does
adds
get
up.
pretty
Every weekend
expensive.
throughout the spring, summer, and fall.
Yeah.
It
Jared
adds
and
up.
I judge it by whether there's a T-shirt involved. We're like, if there's a T-shirt,
or medals, it depends
Medal,
on
maybe a
what
free
kind of
beer.
awards they give. Like
Mhm.
some of them will award the top runners in certain age groups.
Mhm.
So if the age group is 20 to 25, I'm more apt to do the race than if the age group is 20 to 30.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there's more of a chance of me getting an award.
I agree
Nice.
with you. And
Yeah.
I think I'm a firm believer in there's a difference between fit and skinny.
Oh yeah.
I am a firm
Huge.
believer
You
in
can
that.
be fat skinny for sure. You know what I mean?
Where you're just
You're thin, but
you can't
you have no
run for
endurance.
anything,
Yeah.
you have no like energy. Now, do you see a difference in your energy and your ability to
yes.
move?
Yeah. Most of the time I have so much energy that I don't go to bed until 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's true.
I agree.
She
I
texts
agree.
me sometimes, and I see it the next morning, and it's like 2:30.
I
I'm
actually
like,
get that from
What
a lot
the
of
heck?
I probably shouldn't do that so much. I have a coworker. She'll come in the next morning and she'll be like, "Was that you updating the Seneca County Chamber of Commerce Facebook page at 2:30 in the morning?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I just had this thought and I had to go with it."
It's kind
Yeah.
of like the pen and paper thing next to your bedstand, though.
yep.
That's-
If you
have
got to
any
write it
idea,
down.
You got to write it down. So you were just say, I was just putting it on Facebook. I'm just putting my thought to paper.
Yeah.
But it's electronic. But what are you gonna do? All right, you guys. It's 6:28. We're gonna wrap up the show here for today. Thank you, Cassie, for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you for the swag.
Again, if you want to learn a little bit more about the chamber, you can find it online now on Facebook.
Yeah, and you also have a website too.
Yeah, fingerlakecentral.com is our tourism website.
Mhm.
We're also doing a quick promo, the Link Up program. Anybody whose business website can link to fingerlakecentral.com. Send us an email, prove to us that you've linked to us on your website, and we'll enter you into a monthly giveaway up to $100 value from local businesses that contribute to the actual prize itself to say thank you on behalf of the Seneca County Advisory Committee of Tourism. So
That's incredible. And then also for Finger Lakes Young Professionals, they're also on Facebook as well.
and we're
Mhm.
in the process of developing a website for that group.
So if you guys want to get involved and know what's going on here in the Finger Lakes, you can join that. And we'll obviously keep that updated. Hopefully you'll come in and see us again. Keep us updated on Cork and Fork and all the other events you guys got
All the
going
good
on.
things you guys are doing for the
But it
community.
is coming into the busy season for you pretty quick here.
Yeah. I feel like the busy season just ended.
Yeah.
But the busy season is about to begin.
I feel your pain. All right, you guys, thank you for joining us. We'll be back again next week, 6 until 7, with the Lake to Lake Girls. Thank you for joining us. And
Yep. Check us out on Facebook.
Yummy.
Yay.
Check us out on Facebook, Lake to Lake Girls. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
Oh, who knows what kind of trouble we'll get in next week. You know what I mean? I don't know. You're more than welcome to join us anytime you like.
Yes.
We love visitors.
We love having guests.
And you brought presents,
especially
so that's
when
even
yeah,
better.
bring us wine.
All right, guys. See you next week.